I made it to 4 new countries. I explored more of the United States. I traveled with friends, family, and even a good amount of traveling I did alone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Larissa, and in the spirit of gratitude and thankfulness, I really just wanted to reflect on my year of traveling in 2023. So get yourself a nice cozy beverage while I take a little trip down memory lane for this year. Good morning. Today is our first day in Breckenridge, Colorado. So I started off the year with a family trip. We took it in January. We went to Colorado, specifically Breckenridge, Colorado, which is a skiing and snowboarding mecca. So after finishing in that welcome center, I was like, hey, let's look at the stuff to do, right? So there's like a giant troll on this brief hike. So we took a trolley down. So you're gonna see that guy. So we took a free trolley down to the other side of the... Damn.
I'm down.
How did you even fall?
Slipped. It's cold too.
What? So the town of Breckenridge looked like it was straight out of a Hallmark movie. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to have a desire to now leave the big city and quit my job and meet a man and fall deeply in love. But unfortunately that didn't happen, so we'll have to try again next year. All right, we're looking. We're ready to go. Wish me luck. You ready, Bree?
I'm ready. Let's go.
So I've come to the conclusion that I'm really not that great of a snowboarder, and I fall a lot. So I don't really know if I'll be going out again after this year, but, you know, it was fun, kind of.
Okay, Rissa. Hey.
So I finished a couple runs, and I'm truly just not that good. But the rest of them went up to do the next level. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's currently snowing. So they don't know yet, but I'm done. I put in my work. I might have learned, I might not have, I really don't know. But I said I'd go till 2, and it's 2. And I'm gonna do a polar plunge. Wanna hop in the cold water? It's not, because polar plunges are in cold water. This is actually a heated pool and a jacuzzi. All right, we're ready to go snowmobiling. Oh, it's a video. You see the snowmobiles over here in the corner? See the crew? The crew? You ready, Bryn?
Conditions are fair. There's no wind, and the sun is shining.
13,600 feet. Ride the snowmobiles up here. It was a pretty cool ride. Snowmobiling was so much fun.
So fun. Hit
So
64.
68.
Ooh.
Yeah, she said she hit 68. Yeah, no, it was a really good experience. You go out for about 2 hours and you get to hit a couple different spots, like a couple really pretty viewing spots. And your face gets cold, but that's about it. I feel like this trip in particular was really special to me because when you're a kid, you have no choice about family vacations. But as my siblings and I are all now adults, we all chose to go on a family vacation together and made it a point to spend time. So that part was really special, and I love my brothers. Hello friends, I'm coming to you live from Tromsø in Norway. So Norway in March. I guess I really liked the cold this year. So I flew from LA with my mom to Oslo, Norway, and we took another flight all the way up to Tromsø, Norway. And Tromsø is like a pretty small town, beautiful but small town, and you'll see why in a second. Tromsø is like a really cool town. Excuse that pun there for a second. But it's a really cool town and there's a lot of really fun stuff to do there. I think it's one of those places that I really wouldn't have pushed myself to go, except for the fact that I'm on this journey of trying to see 30 countries before I turn 30. Finish it. Chew. She's freaking out about eating a reindeer burger. I don't like being cut very much. So that's Tromsø down there. That's you could take the cable car up to here. So the real reason why we made it all the way up to Tromsø was because this is the location where the most beautiful northern lights occur the most consistently each year. Oh my gosh. There are not really enough words to describe what an amazing experience it is to see the Aurora Borealis. I can say I feel pretty lucky because apparently it's actually kind of rare to be able to catch as good of a light show as we did, with only going Northern Lights hunting once. I guess usually when people go up there, sometimes they go out trekking 2-3 nights because it's not always consistent on knowing what you'll be able to see and when. I am magically, drastically cold. 0 degrees. Zero. But we saw some beautiful lights, and now we're going home. But apparently the time that my mom and I were there was a solar flare, which results in really beautiful, amazing lights displays. And it's crazy because even though I've seen it once, it's still something I feel like I could see again and again and again. I might have become a Northern Lights hunter this year, honestly. Next up was Amsterdam in April. So this was a city that was a must-see on my bucket list, but strangely enough, it seems like everything kind of went wrong, but then worked out better than I could have imagined. So this is the houseboat we've been staying on. It's like a little residential area. I can definitely get the name soon. I couldn't get tickets to see the Anne Frank Museum, which is something I really, really wanted to do, which, side note, pro tip, you really should book those out far in advance because they really do get crazy booked there. But we ended up going on a tour with a company I can link in the bio, but basically it was a walking tour of Anne Frank's life more than just the annex where she spent her last years. And I think it was really cool because it was more comprehensive and told the story of Anne Frank before she ended up in the situations of what she was writing about in the diary. So we just finished up with our tour going to the Anne Frank house. Like the final destination was the Anne Frank house, and the tour took you to different spots along the way that were significant or important in Anne Frank's story. Totally worth it, 100%. Also, something that I really, really wanted to do in Amsterdam was go to see the tulips in the tulip fields. But unfortunately, because I was there so early in April, there weren't really very many blooms to be seen. Like, we went to this massive place, I believe, don't get mad at me if I butcher the name, but it's called Keukenhof Gardens. And there really wasn't very many blooms happening as we got there. There were some inside of the temperature controlled rooms, but it was still really cool to see what the gardens will look like. But overall, Amsterdam is such a cool city with so many interesting places to explore, like the canals and shops, and it's just a cool place to get to go. So I hope to be able to go back one day. In April, I also was able to go to France with my mom. When you first first think of Paris, usually people think of like the city of love and romance and things like that, but it was actually perfect for a girls' trip. It was really an opportunity to celebrate love, not necessarily romantic love, but a different kind of love between a mother and a daughter. We ate, we drank, we laughed, we shopped. We did a lot of really fun stuff that I don't know if most men would have necessarily enjoyed, but it was ultimately a really good time spent with my mom. Barbados in August. This beautiful island had been on my list for a very long time. One of my really good friends is Bayesian, and she had mentioned a while ago that she was going to be in Barbados during the time of this festival called Cropover. And so from the time she told me that, I basically peer pressured her into participating with me in the Cropover festivities. And I'll tell you one thing, it was an absolute blast. I don't think a single week has gone by so fast in my entire life. We partied till sunrise. We danced like there was no tomorrow, and we even took some time to explore the rest of the beauty on the beautiful island of Barbados. I'll be honest with you, participating in the actual day of Grand Kadooment was so much fun. It might have been the most fun I've ever had. It was just a crazy party with everybody dressed up in feathers and fun and alcohol flowing and good times all around. I walked 15 miles that day with Aaliyah and her friends, and I was absolutely exhausted the next day, but so crazy worth it. Also, this definitely confirms my theory that visiting a place with someone who's from there is way better than just seeing things from guidebooks. London in September. So I spent a weekend in London. I was actually there for work, but I came a little bit early so that I could explore London as an adult on my own terms. I had been when I was a kid, but all I remember from that trip was going to a lot of museums and my dad complaining about the exchange rate. So I wanted to see London because I know it's such an amazing city, but I had to experience that my own way. London just felt like one of those cities where you could let the day happen for you. I woke up, got some nice breakfast tea, and then wandered around the city a bit and ran into a bookshop where the illustrators of Harry Potter were signing copies of The Prisoners of Azkaban. What a cool day. Alright, so now I am taking a walk through Shoreditch, and as you can see, Shoreditch is one of the places with really, really cool art and like street art and stuff like that. And it's like used to be like kind of a ghetto neighborhood, and now it's like come a long way. So.
As you can see, I'm talking to the charming Larissa, who's instructing me in the finer arts of photography.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Andrew.
I gave London another shot, and I was not disappointed. Ireland in October. So I traveled solo to Dublin, Ireland in October, and it was a really interesting experience. I feel like solo traveling always is a way that you can learn more about yourself and really spend time getting to know you. I really spent the majority of my time roaming around the city. It's pretty interesting as a solo traveler to kind of view the world from an outside perspective, but still be able to observe all the beauty going on around you.
It's clear to see, but darling, stay.
Dublin is such a cool city. It has a thriving creative corner, which I definitely recommend checking out. And the pub culture goes crazy. I really do wish I had had more time to explore Ireland because there's so much more than just Dublin, but I'm sure I'll make it back one day. I'm so grateful for this journey, for the mental ability to travel, the physical ability to travel, and the financial ability to travel, and I'm looking forward to more travels in 2024. Thank you so much for watching. I have more in-depth videos on each and every single one of these places here on my channel.